You're standing there and you pull your sweater back and you've got a gun. And you put your hand up and say, don't come close to me, bro. I'm warning you right now. Do not come close. Do not take another step. Then the guy grabs your arm and makes a move. So you draw your weapon and you use it. Okay, make the argument you have no right to defend yourself when you're being attacked by a guy.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe. I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about the Carmelo Anthony case and the odd defense that I hear people putting out on behalf of this kid. If you notice, if you've been listening to me lately, you know I've been kind of covering the frankly disappointing black internet reaction to this tragic murder where Carmelo is accused of fatally stabbing another teenager, Austin Metcalf, in the heart. And what I've really been hearing from Black America is a really odd tribalistic defense, almost a team defense, like there was a victory scored on behalf of Black America in the face of white supremacy, as they call it. And it's really troubling. But what people have been doing, what I've noticed from a lot of Black America, from a lot of the Black internet, is what I like to call reality building. People are creating an alternative reality, a competing narrative full of facts that would not only shift all the blame away from Carmelo, but place all the fault and all the blame and all the aggression on the shoulders of Austin Metcalf in this situation. And in order to do that, you really have to ignore any of the stated facts, anything like the police report that's been put out so far, in order to create a situation where this young black kid is completely blameless. And again, I've noticed that from the black side of the internet. Now here's Tim Pool basically making the same kind of argument, the same kind of reality building that Black America does. And I just think it's interesting. Let's take a look.
What is it? Nothing matters but this. He was at a school event at the wrong team's tent with a knife. He clearly chose murder than to walk away, cut and dry here. Nope, wrong. Imagine you are invited to a party at someone else's house and you are legally carrying a firearm. And then a fight breaks out and or like an altercation breaks out between you and some guy and, you know, there's drinking involved or whatever. I'm not trying to make a one-for-one scenario. I'm trying to create a potential scenario separate from this one with similarities. You go to a party. Let's say you go to a party. And some guy starts saying stuff like, yo, man, get out of here. And you're like, I can do what I want. I was invited to the party. Verbal altercation escalates. And then the dude, you're standing there and you pull your sweater back and you've got a gun. And you put your hand up and say, don't come close to me, bro. I'm warning you right now. Do not come close. Do not take another step. Then the guy grabs your arm and makes a move. So you draw your weapon and you use it. Okay, make the argument you have no right to defend yourself when you're being attacked by a guy. Make the argument. By all means, go ahead and do so. I ain't going to do it.
Like I was saying before, there is this problem of creating a scenario where you can extrapolate reasonable doubt or some type of reasonable behavior and then say this kid, Carmelo, is totally blameless because, well, in this other scenario, you're obviously in the right. But the problem is, and this is a very, very typical thing in the law, there are no two cases that are exactly alike. There are elements of a case that may be present in another case, but every case is like a fingerprint. Each incident is its own fingerprint. And you create a problem when you try to draw your own fingerprint. And that's what I see a lot of people doing here. There's one fingerprint, there is one set of facts that we have to parse out and determine whether or not a person went too far. Yet, in order to determine whether or not this kid went too far, we have to imagine a completely unrelated set of facts. We have one set of facts, and now I want to let you guys hear the set of facts as given by the police report, witness testimony immediately after the incident happened.
The following is a summary of my contact. The witness advised he was sitting under the Memorial High School pop-up tent with his team and was near the victim, Austin Metcalf, and the suspect, who was later identified as Carmelo Anthony. Anthony was from Centennial High School and was sitting under the Memorial High School tent. Austin, the victim, had told Anthony, the stabber, that he needed to move out from under the team's tent, and Anthony grabbed his bag, opened it, and reached inside and proceeded to tell Austin, "Touch me and see what happens." No one really thought Anthony really had any weapons in his bag, and Austin proceeded to touch Anthony, and then Anthony told Austin to punch him and see what happens. This is provocation with intent, folks. These are facts I had not heard before. The stabber is provoking the victim to use force for the purpose of being able to inflict deadly force upon him. That's the most severe form of provocation with intent, and loses you self-defense as a legal defense. These are bad facts for Carmelo Anthony.
Hey, yeah, shout out to my YouTube random attorney Andrew F. Branca. He laid it out perfectly for you guys. You cannot create a situation, instigate the situation, provoke a response from the opposite party in the situation, and then resolve the situation with the deadly force that you were waiting to use the whole time. You cannot do that. That is not how self-defense works. And most of the defenders, black, white, or whatever, seem to think self-defense means touch me and stab, stab, stab. That's not how self-defense works. You don't get to automatically stab at a touch. And furthermore, you cannot provoke the situation and then claim self-defense. And it is very clear, according to all the witness statements, that Carmelo provoked the situation. Now let's talk about these other facts for a minute. Somehow the black internet believes that the two white kids were bullies. They believe that Carmelo Anthony had a spotless record. They believe that these two kids jumped Carmelo Anthony. These are all rumors and basically lies put forward by the black internet to cover for this kid. And it's simply not true. There's nothing in the available information that could lead us to believe all of these alternative facts, but I'm noticing a lot of fact creation to make this boy look innocent. And I just don't think he's innocent. I think he did a terrible thing. And even worse, Black America is just losing all of the credibility built up since the civil rights era, and it's almost gone. But if you guys like what we're doing on this channel, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. I will be back with another video later. You guys have a great day. Peace.
Carmelo going to jail.